What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon VGC video. Once again, we are going to be talking about the future of VGC. Now, this is such a hot topic strictly because of the fact that we are just kind of in the unknown right now. Like, I've made a lot of videos regarding this in the past couple months just because we really have no freaking clue what's going on, because after the Pokemon Presents, they were very upfront with us. They said that Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus would not be the next ranked games. They would not have a ranked functionality at all, which leads to a lot of questions because we've already had Sword and Shield going on 2 years now. That's a really long time to have a game, but if they handle this correctly, it could be very interesting. So I think amongst the community, we've pretty much all come to terms with the fact that BDSP is not going to be our new VGC game. Everyone's pretty much on the same page there. And everybody from the start was on the page that Legends Arceus would not be the competitive game because they did pretty much confirm that was going to be single player for all but like evolution trading. Like that's what the point of trading is in that game. You just evolve certain Pokemon. Like we saw Rhyhorns in that game. You need to evolve to get Rhyperior. So stuff like that is the only reason that multiplayer is even enabled in that game. So everybody knew that that wasn't going to be the VGC game. But there are some interesting variables that they added because of these games. First off, there's a bunch of Pokemon still missing from Pokemon Sword and Shield, and BDSP adds a lot of those Pokemon. Then you have the new Pokemon aspect in Legends Arceus, and all of this leads to a very interesting scenario that will possibly shape VGC until we get to Gen 9. So if you look at current VGC, we have the Series 10 format, and we got our one restricted Pokemon, no Dynamaxing, and that's going to go on until November. Then we're going to have Series 11, and I don't think Series 11 is going to be the very interesting deciding factor here with VGC because it's too early for them to do anything crazy with the BDSP stuff, because BDSP comes out about the same time that the Series 11 format would go into place. So that would go until the end of January, Series 11 would. So my guess is they'll probably do a 2 restricted Pokemon format, maybe no Dynamaxing, who knows what they'll decide to do. But my guess is 2 restricted Pokemon format until January of next year. That gives us a lot of time to get into BDSP, really play that game for a while, and then kind of start moving into Legends Arceus toward the end of January. Now, I said earlier that I don't believe that BDSP is actually going to be our, VGC game, but I definitely think in terms of content creation, it's going to be a big factor, especially if they decide to include a national dex in that game and they change the timer. It could definitely be the hub for like OU Smogon formats and all that kind of stuff. If they fix the timer so people can play that kind of content on cart, that could definitely become a hub for that, and that could be a whole separate side of YouTube content and things like that, just because of the timer fix. That could be something that's really, really interesting. But moving into the Series 12 format for Pokemon Sword and Shield, that's where things get very interesting, because that gives us about 3 months with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. That is very interesting if they decide to go the route of giving us a free update and allowing us to use these Pokemon. Now, I've heard of a lot of different rule sets for Series 12 and people speculating. I think what would be the coolest, in my opinion, would be the free update to Sword and Shield that allows us to move all the Pokemon from Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl over into Sword and Shield. And rather than let us use all the Pokemon within that game, they continue their trend of like, this is our new VGC game, and we get Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl series in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So for Series 12, we'd only be allowed to use Pokemon found in the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl Pokedex. That would be something that would really shake up the formula an awful lot. Then we move into the next series, and we get to add a couple Pokemon in. We get to use the legendaries or whatever it may be. They move a couple more Pokemon in. Maybe they go the expanded Pokedex, still no legends, and we're allowed to use everything else that's a base Pokemon found in Sword and Shield along with the BDSP stuff. That could be really cool. Or that is when they could think about adding in the Legends Arceus stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, we got new Pokemon. We got, Wordeer, and we got Basculegion, as well as some of the regional forms. And it's likely that with the Pokemon Home support, these Pokemon somehow make their way into Pokemon Sword and Shield, or whatever Gen 9 will be. Now, who knows if we'll actually get them in Sword and Shield, but that would be another way for them to shake up the format. Rather than giving us all the Pokemon in Series 13 that would be in the Sword and Shield decks as well as the BDSP decks, they simply add the Legends Arceus Pokemon that are exclusive to that game. And then those Pokemon are thrown in with the BDSP decks, and then we're able to have another series like that. And these kind of things could really shake up the metagame and really lead to really interesting seasons in Sword and Shield and keep Sword and Shield fresh and revitalized, especially if maybe instead of the free update route they decide to go an extra DLC route and we get a whole new location that explains how these, you know, Legends Arceus Pokemon are being introduced to the game. That kind of stuff could be really interesting as well. And then the interesting question becomes, you know, after they figure out whatever they're going to do with BDSP, if they add those Pokemon in, if they decide to do BDSP series in Sword and Shield, what happens next? You know, how long until we get Gen 9? And for me personally, I think Gen 9 is next year. I know a lot of people are kind of hoping that's not the case, and I would be fine if it's not the case. I don't care if we get Gen 9 in 2023. I would be very okay if they figure out a way to update this game effectively and make Sword and Shield still fun. Then that would be a great game to just kind of sit on, because we have so many different titles coming out. We'll have Sword and Shield, that'll be the competitive game. Then we have BDSP, which is like, you know, the fun, you know, new mechanic stuff with the underground and things of that nature that are getting added back, the contests, stuff like that. Another little taste of Pokemon. Then you get Legends Arceus, and that game's going to have a lot. I'm telling you, that game is going to be a lot of hours that you're going to be able to sink some time into there. And there's a lot of Pokemon content to go around there. Plus, you know, there's things like Pokemon Unite that are going to be ongoing and things like that. So you have a lot of Pokemon stuff. And if you look at the release date for Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's right before Pokemon Day. They are definitely going to announce something on Pokemon Day, whether it be, you know, Gen 9 stuff, if they show Gen 9 is going to be next year, or if they have something else in store that'll hold us over, maybe DLC for Sword and Shield and then another game coming later. There could be a lot going on there, and it's all left up to speculation. So for me, it just depends on what happens after Pokemon Day. I think Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is definitely going to be the VGC format going into next year. Like, once we hit Series 12, I think they'll add the BDSP stuff to Sword and Shield, and that'll be our format. We use those Pokemon, and then, you know, right at the end, they just say, go wild, use everything, you know, to restricted Pokemon format, use every Pokemon in the dex, that kind of deal. That is my guesstimate. If Gen 9 comes out next year, if Gen 9 doesn't, it could get a little interesting. We'll have to see what... Really, the determining factor at the end of the day is what Gen 9 is going to be, when it's going to be, all that. So it just depends on that. But yeah, I definitely think BDSP could be our big VGC format in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that's a really interesting idea. I think it'd be really cool, especially if they do figure out a way to bring in the Legends Arceus Pokemon and we're able to use Wordeer and Basket Legion and stuff like that. It could be really, really fun. But that is all I got for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for BDSP? Are you interested in there being a BDSP format in Sword and Shield, if, you know, with Pokemon Home support? Let me know all that stuff in the comments below. But like I said, that's it for this one. Make sure if you found the video entertaining and helpful, you leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Check out the Discord. People over there play Pokemon all the time, and check me out over on Twitch, TikTok, on Enter the Chat, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, the podcast, anything like that, like I said, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.